Hi guys, Matt from 123myIT here. Welcome to the channel. In this video, we will show you everything you need to know about the iPhone 14 Pro. Apple have made 4 different iPhone 14 models. There's the 14, the 14 Plus, the 14 Pro, which is the model we have here today, and the 14 Pro Max. Only the Pro and the Pro Max received the A16 Bionic processor upgrade. The camera has received a bump to 48 megapixels on the main camera, and the battery is larger. Pricing for the iPhone 14 Pro starts at $999 USD, and it comes in 4 different colours: purple, gold, silver and black. Storage capacity starts at 128GB and goes all the way up to 1TB, which is pretty impressive. First up in the box you will have the iPhone 14 Pro itself. Next you will find the documentation, a SIM card eject tool, quick start guide, guarantee information and Apple sticker. The only other accessory is the Lightning USB cable, which does up to 50% charge in 30 minutes with a 20-watt adapter. Not to forget that the 14 Pro supports 15 watts wireless charging and is IP68 water and dust resistant. The iPhone 14 Pro has a 6.1 inch LTPO Super Retina XDR OLED display, which is the same size as the iPhone 13 Pro. However, the 14 Pro display now includes an always-on display. It has an 1179 by 2556 pixel resolution at 460 pixels per inch and a brightness boost starting at 1000 to 2000 nits, which is brighter than the iPhone 13 Pro. And I think the slightly extra pixels comes from the extra space around the notch. Put a comment below if I'm right or wrong about that. Apple have turned a negative of the ugly notch into a positive by adding something called Dynamic Island, which is basically just a place that displays alerts and notifications. I think this is really good design by Apple. I can see Apple making their phones 10 times more addictive with this addition, because now with always on screen and Dynamic Island, you'll be getting visible alerts on your iPhone all the time. So take it as you will. Another great feature is called crash detection, a service you never know you needed until you do. Crash detection is designed to detect severe car crashes. When a severe car crash is detected, your iPhone will sound an alarm. If you don't reply after 20 seconds, your iPhone will call the emergency services over emergency SOS or Wi-Fi calling. If you compare the Pro 14 with the Pro 13 on the left, you can't really see a lot of difference side by side. Therefore, an upgrade from the Pro 13 to the Pro 14 might not be worth it. However, for those of you who are thinking about upgrading from a phone like the iPhone 8, it would be a really big update. Apple has kept the smooth flat edge design from the iPhone 12 Pro on the iPhone 14 Pro lineup as well. This allows the iPhone to stand up on its end. We also have the iPhone 14 Pro clear case to try out. Be aware that if you buy a cover, the phone might not stand up on its side. The clear case does show fingerprints, and also it has a white ring which allows the wireless charging. You cannot see this white ring on the coloured cases. On the left side of the iPhone you have the ring silent and volume up and down buttons and a SIM card slot. And on the right you have the sleep wake power button. On the bottom you have the lightning connector, microphone and one of the stereo speakers. Actually, the stereo speakers are pretty impressive. Let's take a listen.
What do we have here?
Here I thought we were special.
Fellas, this here's Bagman.
Hangman.
Whatever.
What the hell kind of mission is this?
Everyone here is the best there is. Who the hell are they gonna get to teach us?
Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell. Let me be perfectly blunt. You were not my first choice. You were here at the request of Admiral Kazansky, a.k.a. Iceman. He seems to think that you have something left to offer the Navy. What that is, I can't imagine.
With all due respect, sir, I'm not a teacher.
manage expectations.
Face Unlock is standard on the iPhone 14 models. Along the top we have the redesigned 12 megapixel true depth camera that has a f1.9 aperture. And while you cannot see it, the proximity sensor has been moved behind the display. This allows the notch in the display to be smaller. On the back of the 14 Pro you have a triple camera setup which features an ultra wide, wide and telephoto cameras. The upgrades here is to the main camera, which is now a 48 megapixel camera with a quad pixel sensor, and also to the ultra wide camera which has a larger sensor which allows for better photos in low light. Out of the box, the iPhone 14 Pro will take amazing photos. Here are some comparisons between the iPhone 14 Pro and the iPhone 13 Pro. Can you spot the difference? The iPhone 14 Pro has Apple's A16 Bionic processor, which has an updated 5-core GPU. A fast processor is important when playing games or videos or generally moving about the phone. Here is the Geekbench scores for the iPhone 13 Pro and the iPhone 14 Pro. As you can see, the iPhone 14 wins with a single core score of 1885 and a multi-core score of 5408. And the GPU benchmark shows a score of 15,465. In terms of battery life, the iPhone 14 Pro has a slightly larger 3200 mAh battery, and you can expect up to 29 hours of video playback. This will get you about 22 to 24 hours of streamed video playback, Netflix or something, from the web. My thoughts on the iPhone 14 Pro are that it is a good refresh. Apple doesn't seem to be innovating so much lately, and I wonder if that's due to Apple spending a lot of funds on their development of the Apple Car project. Or maybe they have just hit a wall in terms of what they can add to phones. The always-on display and dynamic island is a nice touch. Personally though, I don't like to use the always-on display as I prefer privacy and I like to save battery life. But if you're someone who isn't concerned about notifications popping up for everyone to see, then the dynamic island change is awesome. The 48 megapixel camera upgrade is great for camera buffs, and the improvement in low light settings on the camera is really good. Guys, don't forget to check out my other videos such as how to do a complete backup of iPhone on your Mac without iCloud. Also, do me a favour, if you know anyone who might like this video, please share it with them, hit the subscribe button and smash the bell icon.
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come!